Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafting world. My name is Anna. In my, I think it was the last video where I shared my 4th of July pocket letter, I showed you guys a small envelope mini album. So I'm going to make another one with you guys today, and I'm going to use the bird waltz paper that I had gotten from ASC Supplies, and this was part of my design team package. So I'm going to make my envelopes. In the last one I used purchased envelopes, but for this one I'm going to go ahead and make the envelopes that I'm going to use. So we're going to need our envelope punch board, and the size that I am making is the 5x6. Okay, so we need a piece of cardstock that is 9x9, which I have already cut out, and this is the pattern that we are going to use. And this is going to be the outside, this is going to be the inside. Okay, so since this is going to be the outside, we want our score line bump to be on the bottom. Let me get my score tool. Okay, now let me see. So I am going to score at the punch at the 4 1/4 line and then score. Okay, so 4 1/4, and this is the only one that needs to be accurate, because then we just follow the lines. You guys know how to make the envelope, so I'm going to speed through this process. Okay guys, so I am going to go ahead and fold this, but I'm gonna seal my entire envelope. I'm not going to leave any of the sides open. So this is going to be my front. Okay, I have sealed my entire envelope. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open one end, and I'm looking, I've already made my second one. So I'm looking to see where I'm going to open. I'm going to open this end right here. Okay, so all I'm going to do is take this to my trimmer and trim off maybe 1/16. I'm just going to trim off the fold right here. Okay. All right guys, this is how much I trimmed off. It was just the fold, okay, to create our pocket. So now I have my two envelopes. This one's gonna go this way and this one's gonna go this way, okay? So now we need to make our little, cover for it. And there is not any, 12 by 12 is not going to fit, accommodate this size. So it goes this way, and I want maybe 3/4 of an inch on the for the inch opening here. So what I did was I measured my envelope, and it is just over, I know it said 5, but okay, well, so it's 6 1/4 this way, and it is 5 3/8 of an inch this way. I don't know. Anyway, so I cut 2 sheets of 110-pound cardstock, and these are cut at 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to glue this right here, and then we're going to glue this one right here on this side. Okay, and there is our spine, and there is our spine. Okay, so I'm going to glue these down, and right here you have an option. You can either glue it with the envelope this way, or you can glue it with the envelope this way. Okay, I want my work to be noticed, so I'm going to glue this way, and I'm not going to glue right up to the edge, because once I put my mat in here, you can see it stick out from the front, and I didn't like that. So I am going to go down maybe 1/16 of an inch. I don't even think that's 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, no, it's closer to 1/16. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue it down this way, just so we can have just a little bit of space for that insert that we're going to put in there. So I am going to glue this side down. Of course, like I said, you glue down whatever side you would like. And just because, I mean, I want them to be able to tell it is an envelope. That's why I'm doing it this way. Because otherwise we could have just made a large pocket. But that's just me. I like people to see my work. I like to, you know, for them to see what I'm doing or what I've used. That's, for me, that makes it unique. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Right at the edge here. Okay guys, I have glued both my sides together, my front and back, and it's going to go this way. So now we need to score down the side of this envelope, or the bottom of the envelope. So I'm just going to bring it up to my scoreboard and put the edge right here of my envelope on a groove, and that's why I have this one right here. I am going to put this on my 8-inch mark, and then I am going to score down so it looks like it's right next to my envelope here. So I'm going to score that down, and I should have put it the other way, but you know. Okay, so there is my first page, and I'm gently folding it in because it needs to go in versus come out. So I'm going to work those fibers a little bit because I don't want the paper to crack, the cardstock. And it is 110-pound cardstock, so it will crack easier than your 65-pound. Okay, so just work your paper a little bit, or that fold line. Okay, and there is our backside, because this is our backside. It can be your front side. I may use it for the front, but I really think it's my back. Anyway, so we're going to do the same for the next one. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these two pieces together. Make sure you don't go up, go up to the score line, but don't pass it, so just before the score line. So let me see what I'm going to use for the front, because I want this on the inside, on this side, and then I want this one to land facing the back. I mean, it doesn't make a difference, but that's the way I want mine. Okay, so this is our booklet, our album, or mini album I should say, and there you go. It is done. So now all we're left to do is decorate. So you can hardly, when you're holding it this way, you can hardly even see the connection there. And that's the way it is on the inside too. You can hardly even tell that it's there. So if we put a piece of trim or something there, which, you know, I'm going to put something there, you know, it's gonna hide it even more. Okay, so now we need to make the booklets for the actual, you know, pocket. So I am going to make mine 5 1/4 by 6 1/8. No, I'm gonna do 5 1/4 by 6. That way it slips in and out easily. So 5 1/4, that'll be 10 1/2 when I fold it. So I'm gonna cut a some paper. It'll probably be 65 pound, 10 1/2 by 6. Okay, I'm gonna cut 2 of those. Okay guys, I have 2 sheets of paper that are 10 1/2 by 6, 10 1/2 inches long by 6 inches wide, and we are going to score that right in the center. So pull out our scoreboard again. So 5 1/4 would be the center. Oh, 5 1/4 right here. And then we fold it in half. And that becomes our insert right here. Beautiful, okay? And then so see, we allowed a little bit for that fold over, you know, for that extra that was gonna stick out. So that aligned beautifully with that side. So let me do the other one. So we're going to score at 5 1/4. We're going to fold that, and we are going to insert it into the other side. There we go. Beautiful on both sides. Look at that. Straight. And this one may, nope, they're both in there. Nice and straight. All right, guys. Yes, I am happy with it so far. Okay, so now we decide, I really think this is going to be my front and this is going to be my back. So this is where we decide what we put on our pages, okay? So since this is already decorated, I am going to put a flip page, but I'm gonna glue it to the inside. And I am going to cut it at, so we want 6, and I don't want it to come quite all the way to the edge. So I am going to do 6 by 5 with a 1/2 inch score line. Okay, so 6 by 5. I'm gonna cut 2 of them. Okay, so I cut 2 sheets, 6 by 5, and we're gonna score this. So on the 5 inch, along the 5 inch side, we're gonna score it 1/2 inch. Okay, this is going to become a pocket. I'm sorry, a flap. Can't see to save my life right now. Okay, here we go. All right, so now I am going to, we're gonna fold this. And guys, I'm using scraps. So this is 110 pound cardstock. And that is not what I had intended to use, but it's, you know, it's there. So, all right, so there is my fold. This is going to go inside this way. Okay, because we don't want to see that flap on this side. So I'm going to put it in this way because my pattern paper, I'm not putting another mat over this that I can think of that will cover this. Okay, so this is the inside. I'm going to put score tape on there. I think it's less messy than using the liquid adhesive. So there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut little angles. I'm going to cut the corners off just so, just because I think it's neater. I don't know. So there's that one. And there's that one. I don't know if you can see it, but in my mind you can see it. Okay. So I will remove the score tape and I'm going to place it inside this flap. Okay, and I'm going to, you know, try to make it center it. I should have, about 1/8 of an inch on each side. So I'm not going over that score line, that fold line. I'm kind of, it's up a little bit more on the top, but that's okay. It's stuck down, so don't want to move it after that because then I'm going to rip everything. Okay, so that is our flap, and this goes in this way. Okay, there we go, guys. We have, and again, I have to keep track of which one's my front, which one is my back. And okay, so after that really thick paper that I made the flap with, it made this extend out a little bit more. So that, I guess that's one thing you should keep in mind. If you don't want any of this to show, I mean, it really doesn't make a difference. But if you don't want it to show, you might, when you stick your envelope down, when you glue it down, you might want to go in a little bit more. So it'll be fine though. If if you stick it down like that, it will be fine. Okay, so those are our first two flaps. That one, this one, and then this one goes this way. Now at this point, we can still, we can put another one in, maybe on this side, but no, I'm not going to do that. Because that, again, I don't want it to get too thick. And it's just supposed to be something simple and quick. So what I am going to do is I am going to probably make a pocket right here on each side for some mats for it to hold even more pictures. Yeah, because at this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at this point, it's only holding 5. Or 10, I'm sorry, 5 on each side. So I think I'm going to make a pocket. Let me see what kind of scraps I have. Okay, guys, this piece right here is 5 1/8 by 2 1/8 inch. And I have cut a gold paper strip, or this is cardstock, to go in the back. So I'm gonna glue this right here, and this is going to be our pocket that we will then glue right here to the front of this insert. Okay, so let me do that. Let me glue that down, and of course I've used an edge punch to punch the edge of that just to make it look prettier. So let me put glue on here. There you go, guys. This is our little pocket. So let me bring in my insert, and this is the right insert. So we are going to glue this down right here. I'm going to open it up so I can see where I'm gluing. And this is going to go right here. Okay. So let me glue the edges here. You know what? Let me put a little bit of glue down here so that just doesn't come up. All right, guys, there is our little pocket on for our insert. So now we just put that in our book, and there is more space for pictures. Okay, there you go. Now I have cut 4x5s, rounded the corners, and those become our picture mats. There you go. Oh, that's turning out cute, isn't it? Still room for some embellishing, and yes. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to mat all these pages. I'm not sure yet exactly which patterns I'm going to use. I mean, you can, if you really wanted to, you could put another flip right here, you know, going either way, down, out. You could actually do that. But I think I'm going to leave it this way. See how many pictures that is. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 18 pictures. I think that's good. I really think that's good. So I'm going to start decorating. I am going to use some seam binding for the closure. And I'm going to mat, you know, put a little mat on these, or, you know, and then, so that's what I'm going to do next, guys. I won't bore you with how to mat, because you know how to do that. And I will come back and show you what it looks like. If I added anything, I doubt that I will, but if I do, I'm going to stop and show you what I'm adding and how I'm adding it. Okay, guys, see you in a little bit. All right, guys, I have gone ahead and matted the entire booklet, and I've decorated the outside. I just didn't want to do too much because I didn't want to cover this gorgeous picture. So this is what I've done to the front. I hope you can see that. So this is one of the pages on the bird waltz, and I just thought this was gorgeous. Unfortunately, one of the birds got covered up and one got cut off. But so I put a flower on here, and this is 49 in Market that I got in my February kit. Let me make sure. Yeah, 49 in Market that I got in my February kit, or February design team package. And these little ones I had in my stash, and I just put a little you know, bling center on each of the flowers, and some stickles around all of them, and a little bit of stickles around the leaves. And I tucked in a blue pearl right there. And right here on this trim, I only have a little bit, but I went ahead and put this trim, and I put some gold trim under that just so it would sparkle a little bit more. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but it does sparkle. And yeah, so I just matted it with the pink cardstock. And this side, this was actually just a piece of scrap that I had, and I didn't want to cut into another sheet of paper to get something a little bit thicker. And this is the back. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I love that. It's so hard to pick what side we're going to use on anything. So of course the closure is just some crinkled seam binding. And once we open it up, I did not add any other, flips or anything like that. Okay, so this is the inside, and these are the pockets. I've gone ahead and put some pattern paper on the pockets, and a gold piece of trim, or a gold piece of matte foiled cardstock on the back. And then I put some mats here on the front, and both sides are the same. So this is another part of the paper, and with the pink mat at the bottom. And these are the little mats that I have made to go inside this pocket. This comes from another piece that's inside, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I went ahead and put it in there, in the pocket. And I did not have enough of this trim, or enough of the scraps to go across two of the pages, so I just put some of that gold trim again, just to make it sparkle a little bit more. And like I said, this one's the same. And then we open it up, and it's kind of hard to see, but I'll show you. Both sides are the same, except the paper is a little bit different on each one, so I'll go ahead and show you that. And this is a die that I have in my stash, and it's probably a generic die. I don't remember exactly where I got it. But this is a die that I have in my stash, and it is a nesting die. So I just cut it twice and put them in here. They can put pictures in there, or used it as a like a little mat. And then this is the one that flips to the side, and I just love that dragonfly. I almost just put something right here just so the dragonfly doesn't get covered up. with a picture, but you know, I just left it like that. It's so gorgeous. And then I flip it over. This page, I put a pink mat on there. And again, this is from my scraps. And this is the picture frame that I cut out. And that is where these came from. Okay, that is the center of these. That's so pretty. I didn't want to throw them away or, you know, try to save them because I'll lose them somewhere. But this is the back of, this is one of the envelopes, and like I said, I wanted it to show. I wanted that envelope to show. That's why I didn't put this glue down to the other side. And the mat, of course, or the little booklet comes out. There's nothing on the back, and this is, of course, the front. So I am pleased at how it turned out. I love the way it slips in and out nice and easy. So this is the other side. These are the prints on this side, and the gorgeous roses. And again, I mean, they can put a picture up higher to where they don't, you know, cover the entire, you know, picture, but you know, so I don't know, that's just me. And these, of course, these are matte, so you know, if they're going to put a picture right here in the center, then yes, they would get covered up, or they can put a big one right here to where they don't cover the entire thing. But you know, that's you know, up to them. And again, this is the way it is on both sides. And then we open it up and we have another frame right here, and then room for pictures right there. So I don't know, guys, I really do like how fast these come together, how easy they are to make. And you don't have to make your own envelopes, of course, because I didn't with the first one, but yeah, I mean, if you do, you know, you don't use as much paper to cover it with. So anyway, I like the back. I just love that. So that is how I put this little book together, guys. I hope you enjoyed that quick tutorial and enjoy how that turned out. All right, guys, hope you give it a try, and I will talk to everyone later. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great one.